A woman linked to your ex just made a shocking confession behind your back. She is terrified. Stop whatever you're doing and breathe. What I'm about to say will explain the strange delays, the cold stares, the sudden storms you faced. This message isn't for everyone, it's for you, the one God has been protecting in silence. Listen to these words all the way through. Archangel Michael says, "Heaven has been tracking whispers spoken in dim rooms and locked chats. A woman tied to your ex has confessed, and her voice was shaking like a door in the wind. She thought the darkness would hide her, but the light moved faster than her fear. She didn't expect the guilt to suffocate her nights. She didn't expect the truth to claw at her throat every time your name was mentioned. She didn't expect Jesus to stand in the doorway of her conscience and refuse to move. Here is what she admitted: there was a plan to tarnish your name. Screenshots, half-cut audio, staged encounters, little traps wrapped in shiny ribbon. They laughed as if it was a game, but your spirit kept walking through nets as if they were smoke. Money was involved. Promised favors were dangled like bait on a hook. People who smiled in your face strengthened the knots behind the curtain. They tried to rewrite your story using rumors as ink. They tried to turn your kindness into a weapon against you. They tried to make you question your own reflection. But God stepped in. The same God who saw the tears you hid in the bathroom mirror at midnight. The same God who counted every hurt and stored it like evidence in heaven's archive. The woman is terrified now because heaven's clock hit 0. She felt the floor move beneath her feet, and the walls start listening. She realized what they did to you has a price she can't afford. She told the truth because your name kept showing up in her dreams like a judge in white fire. She heard footsteps that weren't there, and her heart beat like alarms in a museum at closing time. She saw that every plot has an expiration date, and yours just ran out. She confessed that your ex kept fueling the story, feeding it crumbs of spite. She confessed that a friend of a friend pretended to be neutral while stirring the pot with both hands. She confessed that there were messages drafted in group chats with your initials circled in red. They made burner accounts to watch your life from the shadows. They poked at your peace to see if it would bleed. They wanted you desperate enough to react, loud enough to look guilty. Still, you didn't fall. Your silence became a shield and your patience turned into armor. Heaven noticed, and Jesus said, "Enough." Now the wind shifts. The same mouths that accused you will stutter. The same hands that pointed will fold and tremble. You'll start hearing your name in rooms you've never entered, but this time it will sound like respect. A door you thought was welded shut will swing open with a gentle click. The opportunity that avoided you will circle back and call you by name. Listen closely, you do not need revenge. Revenge is a hungry animal that eats its owners. You need clarity, boundaries, and the courage to walk away from any voice that loves your pain. Clear the old messages without rereading them. Block the accounts that drain your chest of strength. Bless your future and let the past collapse under its own weight. When they reach out trying to explain, remember this: truth doesn't need paragraphs. Truth is a bell, it rings once and everybody hears it. Let your silence say, "I've moved on," while your life says, "God carried me." There is a call coming, professional, steady, to the point. It brings a correction, a green light, a restored standing. It will feel like a quiet sunrise after months of thunder. Don't announce it. Just prepare for it like a traveler who already has their passport and bag at the door. Favor loves people who are ready. You will feel a soft lift in your chest as if someone removed bricks from your ribs. You will notice small kindnesses that feel like coded messages from heaven. You will sleep deeper because fear can't sleep in a room filled with light. Forgive, but don't forget the lesson. Forgive, but don't walk back into the same trap smiling. Forgive, but build a gate where there used to be an open field. The woman is terrified because she finally saw what God has been doing with your name. He wrapped it in a light so clean that lies slide off like rain on glass. He placed an angel at the door so that schemes bounce back to their owners. Archangel Michael says, "Keep your hands clean and your eyes forward." Your peace is about to become expensive, and not everyone can afford a ticket into it. Your new season does not negotiate with old patterns. You will receive an apology that sounds like a riddle. It will be half brave and half selfish, stitched with the thread of, "Let's just forget it." Keep your dignity and keep your distance. You will also receive a message of support from someone who never took part in the chaos. They watched, they prayed, they waited for the air to clear. They will step forward now, not to rescue you, but to walk beside you. Move quietly. Let your work speak louder than any rumor. Let your kindness remain, but give it better directions. God is not just clearing your name, He's upgrading your circle. He's trading vultures for eagles. He's trading crowded tables for honorable seats. Expect a change in how you carry yourself. Your shoulders will remember what lightness feels like. Your smile will stop apologizing for existing. Do not repost the pain. Do not open old doors just to prove you've outgrown the room. Stand in the new brightness and let time testify. Soon, the ones who mocked will act like they never said a word. Soon, the ones who doubted will pretend they were cheering the whole time. Soon, the story will sound different because the author took the pen back. You didn't lose anything that belonged to you. You didn't miss anything that had your name engraved on it. You didn't fail, you were preserved. Receive this: your path is guarded, your name is protected, your future is already funded with favor. Receive this: What they meant for humiliation became your graduation. Receive this. The oil on your life makes you uncopyable. Walk away from the echo chamber. Walk toward the assignment that kept glowing in your spirit even on dark days. Walk with the calm of someone escorted by heaven. And when you look back, do it only to thank God for every closed door that saved you. Do it only to honor the lessons that made you wiser. Do it only to smile at how far love carried you. This is your confirmation. The confession has been made, the tide has turned, and the plot has collapsed. All that's left is the unfolding of what was promised to you. Hold your head high. Hold your peace close. Hold your future with both hands, because it's arriving right on time. She thought secrecy would protect her, but it only caged her breath. She thought the rumor was a shortcut, but it turned into quicksand. She thought you would break, yet you rose like someone carried by a hand she couldn't see. The first ripple of justice was quiet. A message was deleted, then another, then a thread vanished like fog at noon. The digital web they spun began to unspool, strand by trembling strand. Your name is being lifted in places where integrity matters. A reviewer who once hesitated now sees everything clearly. An ally you forgot you had is stepping out of the wings with receipts and resolve. Do not explain your worth to those who try to auction it. Do not present your heart to those who treated it like evidence for a crime they invented. Stand still and let the wind carry the ash away from your face. She is terrified because love chose to protect you when hate refused to learn your name. She is terrified because mercy knocked on her door and she mistook it for thunder. She is terrified because the ground remembers every footprint that approached you with harm. You're entering the chapter where peace stops apologizing for being powerful. You're entering the chapter where your silence sounds like a verdict. You're entering the chapter where blessings arrive without noise, only direction. Soon, you will notice how the room changes when you walk in. Eyes will soften, conversations will reroute, and grudges will forget their lines. This is what happens when truth returns to her seat and bangs the gavel once. Prepare a clean slate without rewriting history. Archive what you've survived, not to reopen it, but to honor the road you crossed. Label the box, lessons, seal it, and place it on the top shelf of memory. There is someone new learning your name with respect, not curiosity. They don't want your drama, they want your brilliance. They don't want to control your steps, they want to match your pace. Take small steps that announce big shifts. Change the tone of your mornings with music that sounds like bright water. Change the rhythm of your nights with prayers that close windows the day left open. You may feel waves of anger rise like heat from summer pavement. Let them pass without building a house for them. Your destiny cannot be fueled by the smoke of yesterday. The confession that terrified her freed you. It released you from the false debt of proving your innocence. It returned to you the time they took trying to make you flinch. Expect confirmations that feel like déjà vu in reverse. You'll walk into a space and realize you saw yourself there months ago in a vision you ignored. This time, you'll take the seat that was always yours. Old circles may start knocking with newly polished smiles. You owe them nothing but clarity and distance. Sometimes the most loving answer is a boundary tall enough to touch the sky. Walk with a posture that refuses to bend for applause or attack. Walk with a timetable that does not fear delay. Walk with a focus that turns every corridor into a runway for purpose. The woman's fear is not your responsibility to soothe. You can be compassionate without being collectible. You can forgive without being invited back into the maze. There will be a moment when silence and speech wrestle inside you. Choose words that plant trees, not fires. Choose pauses that signal mastery, not fear. Honor your body for carrying you through storms designed to sink you. Give it rest like a medal pinned on a veteran's chest. Feed it moments that taste like sunlight and sound like laughter. You will notice divine fingerprints on coincidences you once dismissed. The meeting aligned without effort, the email arrived at the hour you needed it, the door opened after months of stone. Stop calling it luck when it's clearly choreography. Be ready to rise when the opportunity calls your name without a microphone. Have your work polished, your plan outlined, your spirit uncluttered. Preparation is a love letter to the future you deserve. Those who mocked will learn the quiet language of humility. Those who lied will learn how heavy a rumor becomes when truth ties lead to its ankles. Those who watched will learn that God writes in permanent ink. If reconciliation ever becomes safe, it will knock softly and arrive with evidence of growth. It will not demand immediate trust or borrowed access to your peace. It will offer accountability like a bridge and patience like a ticket. In the meantime, live loudly in joy and quietly in strategy. Let your calendar mirror your calling, not your wounds. Let your circle mirror your values, not your fears. You will feel your heart wake up to a new level of calm. You will feel your mind stretch into rooms that once felt too tall. You will feel your steps align with a pace that makes momentum feel like mercy. Remember what carried you when words failed. Remember the inner nudge that said, "Keep going," when maps said, "Dead end." Remember the soft shield that made bullets of gossip fall like paper. People will try to rewrite the past as if they held the pen. Smile at their edits and live the sequel they can't author. You are not the rumor, you are the record. The confession has consequences that do not require your supervision. Heaven's arithmetic does not need your calculator. Grace is handling what your hands were never meant to hold. Pour your energy into the mission that survived the storm. Water the ideas that remained green when everything else turned gray. Build what can outlive criticism, confusion, and calendar changes. Your future is not an apology tour. Your future is a premiere, and you are arriving in costume and calling. Your future is a table where your name is not written on a place card but carved into the wood. Receive the restoration coming like quiet rain on a thirsty city. Receive the alignment that erases the false detours. Receive the dignity that no longer needs proof to be true. You are protected, and it shows. You are chosen, and it glows. You are ready, and it grows. Walk forward now with holy composure. Walk forward now with a voice that doesn't tremble to tell the truth. Walk forward now with a heart that refuses to rent space to fear. This chapter will be remembered not for what they did, but for who you became. This chapter will be remembered not for the trap, but for the wings that grew while you stood still. This chapter will be remembered because you let God finish the sentence they started. And when the celebration arrives, quiet, elegant, and right on schedule, let it find you already working. Let it find you already grateful. Let it find you already free.